channel. My name is Ria. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, you're highly welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much guys for coming back again. Okay, so in today's video, as you can see from the title, it's an update. Okay, it's a new update, a very exciting one, and for me a good one if the bill is actually being passed. Like, it will be so good. So normally before now, when you come to Ireland, if you're being brought from abroad, or even if you're here and you get a job and the job actually sponsors you, you are mandatorily supposed to stay with your employer for at least 1 year before you actually change. But now that has actually been changed, or that will be changed in the next coming months if this bill is finally passed. But the way it's going, it's been approved so far and it looks like it's going to be passed. Okay, so currently now, according to this particular bill, if it's being passed, you don't have to stay with your employer for 1 whole year before you can actually change jobs. You can only stay with them for 9 months at least, then you can change your job. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from the news. This news was just like a few days ago, literally. So the Employment Permits Bill 2022 cleared the final stage yesterday and is due to be signed into law by the president. So if the president goes ahead to sign it, then we have ourselves a deal. So work permit holders will be allowed to change employers in the future after the new laws were passed by the Oireachtas. I'm not probably pronouncing that well. So once this is enacted, work permit holders will have the right to change employers after a period of 9 months have passed, no longer 1 year. As things stand, people who come to Ireland on a general employment permit must stay with their employers for at least 12 months unless there are exceptional circumstances. So the only reason you cannot stay with your employer for like at least a year is maybe if you were sacked, or the business is no longer operating, or like very strong, serious, exceptional circumstances. Then that way you are allowed to leave before 12 months. Or with the current law right now, if you actually leave your employer before your 1 year is up, then you're putting yourself at a very high risk of leaving the country. So after 12 months have passed, a person is entitled to make a new application for a permit and can apply to change employers. Right groups have long stated that this can lead to exploitation and discrimination of migrant workers, okay, as they are forced to stay in unemployment for fear of losing their permits. So it's been said that a lot of migrants have actually been complaining, saying that they're staying in a place where, or they're not happy working in, where there's a lot of exploitation and a lot of discrimination and like racial issues, and they wouldn't actually want to stay there, but they have to stay there because their employment permit is kind of tied to these employers. So you understand the whole story. So now this particular bill is going to change that. It's going to give migrant workers the grace to actually leave their employers before 1 year is up if they don't feel like working there anymore. So it's been said that under the new laws, workers will now be able to request their change of employers after 9 months have passed without having to start a new application. And then commenting on the new laws in the statement by Edel McGinley, the director of the Migrants' Rights Centre of Ireland, called this particular bill a major victory for migrant workers. To me, I actually think it is. So he said that the work permit system has for too long tied a person down to one employer, and as a result they were easily taken advantage of. She said, rather, not he said. In our experience, restricting a person to one employer has been the biggest factor leading to cases of gross exploitation of migrant workers that we come across. So McGinley called on the Minister of State for Business, Employment and Retail, who is Emma Higgins, to quickly put in place the new procedures necessary to enable people to change employers. So for me, this is actually good news, but I have a few questions that I need them to answer before I can understand this bill better. The first question would be, what's the process? So if I change my employer after 9 months because I'm not happy working there, or because I am being exploited, or I just want to change my employers, how does that happen? Like, do I have to now find another employer that's going to be able to sponsor me after 9 months? Do I still retain my old permit, till I'm able to find an employer? Like, I want to understand like the time frame. A lot of questions that I need them to answer here before I'll be totally happy about this particular bill. how is it going to work? So if my employer is, exploiting me and I want to leave, and then I put in an application to leave and I leave them after 9 months, what happens then? Can I still use my previous permit to actually work for a new company, or must I find a new employer that is able to sponsor me while I wait? Or what's the process? Like, I want to understand like what the procedure. There are lots of questions here that needs to be answered in my own opinion before I'll be 100% very happy about this. Or is it a case where I have liberty to now work for anybody? Do I need to now apply for another permit again, or can I use my 2 years permit from my previous company to work somewhere else? Like, regardless of all of the questions that I have, I feel like this is a very good and very welcoming bill, and I hope that it's fully signed at the end by the president, because it would really help a lot of people. Like, I've heard people say, you know what, I'm bad at my job, I don't want to be here anymore, but I can't leave, because if I leave, it's either you're being asked to pay the money that they used to bring you from your country back to them, or like can't just leave. It's mostly about them asking for their money back. So some companies will ask for like maybe 5,000 euros back to them, 2,000 euros back to them, and it's just really crazy. And people are just very stuck in their jobs, doing jobs that they don't want to do, doing jobs that they're not happy doing just because of a permit. But this kind of gives power back to the people, and this is very good. Honestly, it's really good. So she also said that the notification process must be simple and flexible and communicated to all permit holders so that they can avail of this provision if needed. She also said that this is a real leap forward in terms of worker rights and recognition, and we hope it paves the way for equal rights for all people who come to Ireland for work. I'm going to be leaving the link to this particular news in my description box, so you can actually check that as well and avail yourself of this information. But I just thought to bring this news to you all and share this. It's actually good news, to be honest. It's actually good news, and it will come in handy for a lot of people, because I know a lot of people that are struggling being where they are, but they just have to be just because of a permit. So this is actually good news. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to share this video, and also please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, and I'll see you guys in another video. Ciao, bye guys.